Welcome, everybody. We are live here at Tug Valley High School. Let's try to get the sound right here, Coach, as we are here at the state tournament send-off show, Tug Valley Panther style. Coach, we was here this same time last year at Three Guys Pizza and Brew talking to these teams. And listen, a lot of people did not think that they would get back here this year. But in true Tug Valley fashion, they never miss a state tournament.
Daryl McCoy, Tug Valley, we're here. As you said, last year, same time last year, Tug Valley, maybe one of the favorites, maybe one of those top two teams to get it done. And as Coach Thompson said, we're back here a year later, and they got redemption on their mind. And they say, you know what, as you mentioned, some said they just may not be the team to get there this year. No, in Tug Valley fashion, as you've said, they are back, they are ready to go, and they are locked in, chasing another state championship.
Yeah, they as we're live here, guys, as we said, we had a lot of, we had to hook the internet and stuff up. We had some new hookups, so we're sorry we are a little bit late, but nonetheless, we are here, Coach. And Tug Valley, I always tell you, Tug Valley is the most maybe known as. There's not another school that's known as a basketball school as much as Tug Valley. Now, Logan, Chapmanville, they're both right there in that same realm. Paintsville, of course, but Tug Valley, they're the cream of the crop, and there's a reason why year in, year out, Rabbit Thompson has his squad up there in Charleston.
You're exactly right. And right now the team's having a team prayer, and now they're getting ready to start practice. Listen, I can't be more excited to be here. This is what March Madness is all about. The players are bought in. The community's bought in. I'll tell you how bought in.
I'm bought in, Coach.
Yeah, I'll tell you how bought in they are, Daryl McCoy. You got the Tug Valley TVs shaved into their head. Yeah, they're a unit. They're collectively ready to chase the state title. Daryl McCoy, we're champions ourselves, right?
We're absolutely champions.
That's exactly right.
We know a little thing about winning and losing.
That's exactly right.
We're going to have Coach Rabbit Thompson come on. You ready?
Coach Thompson coming on.
Yeah, here comes Coach Thompson. We're going to take Coach Thompson on first, and then we'll try to see if we can borrow some players throughout his practice here. Guys, we got Coach Rabbit Thompson. Once again, we was just talking, Coach. You guys found yourself here again. A year ago, we was sitting right here with you between us, and it's been a long journey to get back to this day. But, what's the emotions like today?
Well, I think our kids are excited, ready to go, ready to play. They were tired of practicing, They went through a lot of hoopla here the last 3 or 4 days. People have fed them. They've walked through the school. But that's not what it's all about. We're trying to win a basketball game here. Now, that's all good. I know the kids like that. But I'm sure they're ready to go play basketball tomorrow.
Yeah, well, Coach Keithley, he was sitting there listening to your Patton pre-state tournament speech there, and that's really listen, you have me wanting to suit up and go down and fight for you, Coach. I mean, that right there, Coach Thompson, can you see now why I always say this is one of the top coaches in the game?
Yeah, bless your heart.
Coach, no doubt about it, Daryl McCoy is always singing your praises, Coach.
Yeah.
As a basketball coach, and there's different ways to get your team going, but I really like imagery, right? You want to see it. You want to walk through it in your mind before you actually go out on the floor and do it. I think that's a big part of accomplishing it, the mental aspect of the game, Coach. How important is that to you to prepare them mentally, get them mentally tough and mentally ready to go out and get it done on a big stage?
We try. I try every little thing. Some things work, some things don't. But, I feel like if the kids have been there and they can see it a little bit in front of them of what to expect and what's going on, maybe it settles them a little bit early. Maybe it gets them a little bit more prepared instead of me coming out there in the fourth quarter screaming like a big Indian, But I try to do everything we can. I steal a lot of stuff from a lot of good coaches. It's not me. But you try to do the best you can, get these kids ready, and hopefully, it gets enough.
Yeah. Coach, comparative to last year, at this time last year when we met down at the Three Guys Pizza, right,
Yes.
Daryl?
Yeah.
Last year's team to this year's team, how confident are you comparative to last year? What's your feelings on this team?
I love this basketball team. I think we're maybe a little bit more bonded, a little bit more together. Now, we're a very the kids love to play with each other.
Yeah.
The ball movement, the sharing of the basketball is very good. They're coachable.
Yeah.
So I think compared to last year, we might be just a little bit ahead. Now, we took a hit.
Yeah.
We took a hit on November the 14th, but that's over and gone. Now it's time to this is this basketball team.
Right.
They will be judged just like I will be judged here in March. We get beat, they'll want to sign a petition to get rid of me. But these kids are together. They're bonded. I think last year getting beat by Tucker County in the semifinals, so close to a state championship game, really solidified them. When they got beat last year by Tucker, the very next day, Sunday, when we come home, those kids was in the gym. So and this is just a culmination of 364 days to get these kids ready. And here we come. We're going to Charleston.
Absolutely, Coach.
Yeah, and Tucker County. Speaking of that, y'all dropped one to them just a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah. At Tucker County, very tough place to play.
Yeah.
I tell you, they are big and strong. They're they're rated #1 in West Virginia for a reason.
Yeah.
They are probably the best team. Now that doesn't mean that East Hardy or Doddridge or James Monroe or Webster or Tuck Valley can't win.
Yeah.
But they are deserving of their #1 status.
Yeah, and that was the thing. This ride this year has been a truly magical ride because, as you said, you took a big hit, back in November, and now for you guys to gel together and for these boys to be like, we are Tug Valley.
Yes.
You could tell every time they come, these boys play for each other.
Yeah.
It's from top to bottom. Everybody is playing for their brothers to get that win, not themselves. And that's the thing. I think that really glued y'all together.
Yeah.
And for y'all to make it to this may be one of the best runs I've seen you guys have. Because of just leading up to this, the circumstances and all the adversity, speed bumps that y'all faced along the ways here, and it's been a long year.
Yeah, it has been.
Yeah.
Kirk tells me all the time it's a marathon, not a sprint. Well, the sprint's starting now.
Yeah.
The sprint is starting now. But no, these kids play very well together. The very close-knit basketball family that we have here. Like I said, hopefully with a little luck, a bounce of a ball, we'll get this first one because you can't play a championship until you beat Doddridge County here. So Doddridge is very well coached. Paul Burnside does a very good job. They got some pieces that can give us trouble.
Yeah.
But hopefully with a little luck, like I said, a bounce of a ball, good Lord's will, we'll advance.
One thing you got this year, something that you not necessarily had in years past, is you got a veteran team this year.
Veteran compared to
what you
last
normally
year,
got. Yeah.
Really our only senior is Buddy Martin.
Yeah.
Now Ashton's been here before.
He plays like a senior.
Yeah. Braden's been here before. Bryson played a lot in the semifinal game, but really Caden Hale hasn't played very much up here. Carson Newsom hasn't played up here, and who else?
You got
Bryson.
You got Bryson,
Carson.
Yeah. Buddy, Ashton.
And
I'm missing
Brady. Brady
Brewer.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Brady, they haven't played very much up here, so this experience is going to be a little bit different for those guys. Mm-hmm. Now, I expect Buddy to play like a senior.
Yeah.
I expect Ashton to play like he's been up here before, and I expect Braden to play like he was an all-tournament like he was this year. You've got to, but to win basketball games in March, to win basketball games at the state tournament, you have to have 5-6 guys playing very well. You can't have three.
Yeah.
You can't have, we're not, I know the Lakers win with LeBron James scoring 40, but we're not the Lakers in no shape, form, or fashion. Every kid has to play well. Even if they don't score, there are certain things on the floor that those kids can do to make us successful. They can take a charge. They can run the floor in transition. They can rebound. They can make an assist. They can play good defense. They can maybe get a deflection. And if those kids do that, and we play our best basketball, I've got a real good feeling for us.
That's where I think, I think, Bryson comes in really well. I think defensively,
very athletic.
Yeah, he sets the tone kind of there. And then, you talking about Brady Brewer, him and Carson Newsom coming in off the bench, they have had as much to do with this run as any of the starters.
Yes, Carson Newsom, little left-handed guard. I think he's shooting about 40-some% from three. He just fills it up. He's had games down the stretch of double-digit games, 10, 11, 12. Very proud of him. Brady comes in and he replaces Buddy, maybe sometimes it's at the 6-minute or the 2-minute mark of the first quarter. Maybe sometimes it's at the end of the quarter. Maybe it's the 6-minute mark of the second quarter. But, when Brady comes in, all I've ever asked Brady to do is just try to rebound.
Yeah.
Because, he is one of the bigger kids, but he's been very successful in what he does, just like Carson has. Very proud of our bench. And bless their hearts, they accept roles.
Yeah,
they accept
that's
roles.
the hard part.
That's the hard part.
Yeah.
If they'll accept a role, we can work with them.
Yeah, Coach, you're going to head down tonight, right, or this afternoon, play tomorrow. What's your game day preparation like as a bat? Do you change it from year to year, or is it you stick with it?
Well, depending on when you play.
Right.
Last year we played at 9:30 in the morning.
Right.
We barely got up out of the hotel room and had to play.
That's tough.
That is very tough. Now this year we play at 1 o'clock on Wednesday, so we'll have time at least to eat breakfast there in the hotel.
Yeah.
I might have a little meeting with them just before. Now, again, our kids, the bad thing is that all Class A teams are playing on Wednesday. So at 9:30 in the morning, Cameron and East Hardy are playing. So our kids will probably go up to watch that.
Yeah.
Okay? And then we'll come back because I think maybe it's a triple 4A, quad 4 game. Maybe I can have a little meeting with them right there. And then, then we walk back to the Civic Center and we play. So depending on when you play, it does have an effect a little bit.
Yeah. Acceptance of roles, you and Darryl were talking about it. Defining roles as a coach a lot of times can be one of your better masteries as a basketball coach, figuring out a way to push buttons or get them, figuring out ways to get them to buy into what you're telling them. How has it been an easier journey this year, getting guys to buy in?
A lot easier because, certain roles were established last year.
Right.
That's a loud horn.
Loud in it.
Braden is our point guard, obviously.
Yeah.
Ball's in his hand. He gets his point. Ashton is a shooter, zone buster. We need a 3. Caden Hale, another shooter. Buddy is our center. We need him to rebound, but, no matter what it is, whether it's Braden handle the ball, Ashton or Caden are shooting, or Buddy rebounding, Braden has to rebound.
Right.
Buddy has to shoot. Caden has to handle the ball. So all of those little things have to come together. I don't want to just pigeonhole Ashton, say all he's got to do is shoot, because no, you got to defend.
Right.
You got to rebound. Braden, you got to defend. I don't care if you are 5'8" and 130 pounds. You got to help rebound. Go down there and get a couple of rebounds. So hopefully, if they do that, like I said, the roles was a lot easier. Now the new role was Carson coming in. Okay. Carson and Brady coming in. They had to accept their roles, and they have very well. Very proud of those kids. Now, next year when Buddy leaves, we've got to find somebody for Buddy. But, that's still a week away, and I don't want to lose him right now.
All right, Coach. That's a great point, Darryl. Even though you define roles, you still got to wear different hats as a basketball player. You still got to do different things, Darryl.
Coach, we got a couple of comments coming in. They're wanting to know, is there a send-off parade today, and if so, what time?
I don't think there is.
Don't think?
We'll leave here about 12, and, usually they might ride by Lenore Middle School because
Yeah.
it is on our way.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going by Kermit or not. I really don't know. Maybe they are. I just don't know. 'Cause,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You just
logistics.
coach.
Yeah. Yeah. But they usually ride by Lenore, and all the kids are out there. You know,
Yeah.
usually this community, it's so great that they put, you know, you'll always see people with signs up, "Go Panthers," and you'll see it on the 4-lane, "Go Panthers."
So what time are you leaving here?
Well, I think it's supposed to be 12, maybe 12:30. I'm really not sure.
So
Yes.
sometime if you're along
Yeah.
that route through
Yeah.
Lenore area,
Yes.
sometime between 12:30, be appreciated. You know,
Yeah.
you come by,
Yeah.
give the boys some.
Say hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So somebody on here said that Carson Newsom goes up in the mountains and guards black bears for fun.
I wouldn't doubt that a bit. I wouldn't doubt that a bit. You know, he's got his head shaved there. I don't know if you've noticed, but the back of his head says Tug Valley. A lot of our kids have shaved heads. That's a new thing here the last 15, 20 years. They get their head shaved or they get a number carved or Tug Valley carved in the head. But no, he might go up there and blackberry pick. Who knows, ginseng? Who knows what? You know. I know. I tell you what, Buddy likes to fish. You know, he'll go fishing on you if you don't watch him.
I always tell people Tug Valley's a little different.
Yeah,
you know,
just a little bit.
They're
Yeah.
mountain through and through.
Yes, they are. Country is corn, but I love them.
Coach, you know, you're no stranger to Charleston. You know, you've been there enough. You know, I mean, at this time here, you know, is there anything different about this trip here that stands out different from the times you've been before?
Well, you know, excited.
Yeah.
You know, when we get up there and start playing, I can tell you something really different. But now, right now, it feels the same. It feels the same as you know when Mikey and Austin and Aaron was playing in 2012 and 13. It feels the same when Caleb May when we got beat in the semifinals by Pendleton.
Yeah.
Heartbreak. It feels the same last year when we got beat by Tucker. You know, hopefully all those heartbreaks, all those disappointments, we learn from a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, hopefully. If things change, we're holding up a big trophy when we come home here.
Oh, well, you know how it is. Tug Valley is definitely expectations are different here. You know, and it's been a while since the state title has come back here. You know, y'all have been in the running just about every year, but it's been a while. So, you know, this time right here, I'm sure the fans are really hoping that.
I know they are. I know.
Yeah.
You know, I had somebody tell me, you know, 2 years ago, we went up there and knocked on the door. Last year, we went up there and beat on the door. Hopefully, this year we kick that door down.
And you know, Coach Keithley, he's been here a couple times in the games. But you know, what's special about this community, and what makes Tug Valley different than any other fan base?
Well, you know, obviously it's basketball first here. I hate that for sometimes the football team and the baseball team. But ever since it's been here, it's been basketball first. And, you know, from the very first time that Tug Valley beat Williamson in a sectional championship, that took, a few years. I'm really not sure of the date. By the time when Frankie Smith won a championship in 99, it's just multiplied and grown immensely. Fortunate enough, in 2012 and 13, we brought home another couple of state championships. So these people are hungry. They want good basketball. They want to see good basketball. And if they don't see it, I'll hear about that, I'm sure. But I love them. They pack this place. They come out for March Madness here. I don't know what it was. March Madness here about 2 weeks ago.
WSAZ come up,
WSAZ. And this place, this whole side of the auditorium was filled, and that's at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm just rolling over about 6 o'clock in the morning. But I'm sure there'll be a tremendous crowd up there tomorrow, 1 o'clock. If the good Lord willing, and we're fortunate we win, it's going to get more and more and more. And then you throw in teams like Chapmanville and Logan, who are also from the southern part of the state, and I'm sure they're supporting us just like we're supporting them. I hope to see a whole civic center full of Tug Valley.
That's what I was going to ask you. You know, this first round game, it isn't just against anybody. It's against a very good Doddridge team. How important is it that the fan base shows up?
Yeah. Well, our kids love to play in big crowds, and we've played in big crowds all season. You know, we've played at Logan. We've played at the Field House. We went to Tucker, and that place was a madhouse. I mean, they don't sit a lot, but it was wild up there. our kids feed off our crowd. You know, because they get them. They are our sixth man. They get us going. They motivate us when Buddy might take a charge. You can feel the energy, the electricity of the Tug Valley Nation supporting these kids, and hopefully that's enough to get us over the hump here tomorrow.
Coach, you've been doing this a long time, and as you continue down this journey as a basketball coach, what continues to motivate you, Coach? What is the driving force? Is it the kids? Is it the relationships? What is it?
Yeah, the kids, the relationships. I'm an old man. I'm an old war horse. You know, I don't know how many of these more I got left in me. I take it now one season at a time. I take it one game at a time. But the kids, they are so coachable. You know, yes, sir, no, sir. They bleed basketball. They love basketball. And, you know, like you just said, the interactions that I get to have with them, you know, we play. I try to interact with every kid almost every day if I can. And that's really the main reason. I love coming to practice.
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, now I don't like to travel to the games.
Right.
I don't like that bus ride up there in Tucker. But the actual practices are very special. You know, I got to say goodbye to Buddy here sooner or later one day this week, and I hope it's on Saturday.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm going to miss him. But you know, just like I missed every senior, I still miss Austin and Mikey, and I still miss Aaron Perry and Chad Dameron. You know, I miss a lot of those guys. So you know, how much longer I got, I don't know. We'll let the Lord decide that. But again, I like coming here to practice. I hope, I pray we can, you know, play on Saturday.
Yeah. Coach, you got a pretty good coaching staff alongside you.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah. I got Coach Hodge out here now. He's my lead man. He knows. He probably knows me better than I know myself now, because he's been, you know, he was with me for 8 years, you know, before, and he stayed on. Then I come back 5 years ago. He knows everything that I'm typically thinking. I got Kurt Fletcher, who I helped in 2001 win a state championship. Very basketball knowledgeable and wise.
Yeah.
Very smart. I got Ronnie Blankenship, who helps me. He keeps me up on timeouts, possession of the ball.
Yeah.
I've got David Ledger, Moose Ledger. He was here when the school started. I think he was the reason they're probably silver and black and called the Panthers.
Right.
Well, the kids voted on that.
Right.
He's a benefit to me. Then I got Jerry Mounts, Dr. Mounts. He keeps our stats, you know. I come in there at halftime, Doc, what are they shooting? Well, they're shooting 75%. I said, well, that's why we ain't beat them. But no, got a very knowledgeable staff. You know, they have been with me, so there's a lot of chemistry right there among us men. You know, so, you know, they help me. If I get too low, they build me up. You know, if I get too high, they'll tell me, settle down sometimes, you know. But, you know, I love them. I respect them all. I'm thankful for every one of them. But very good bunch of men.
Yeah, such an important part of it to have a strong support staff. Chemistry, it bleeds down to the team. If they see the coaching staff, they buy in, they trust one another, then the team, it's easier to get them on board, Daryl.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach, we know this is an important practice and you got to get back, so we appreciate you sitting here talking to us. And listen, we'll be up there cheering you on harder than anybody, and we want you to bring it back for us as well.
I hope we do. You guys have always supported us.
Always,
Let me tell you, you guys have helped me a lot, because now I don't necessarily have to go all the way to Tucker to scout a game. You know, I can find it on D&D, and I'm sure there's a lot of coaches in this area that do the same thing. But I appreciate you guys for supporting us, and thank you for all that you do.
Thank you, Coach.
Yes, thank you, and you know, good luck, and make us proud.
Thank you.
Send us a player over. I don't care, you know, who it is. Send it over.
All right.
Guys, you're sitting here continuing to watch the Western Auto send-off show here. Want to thank Treasures Unlimited, as well as Cheech's Pizza, Tug Valley Wellness Clinic, Three Guys Pizza and Brew, El Burrito, and Unlimited Pond for making today's game possible. And, Coach, we got Buddy Buckets with us here. Buddy Markham.
Buddy Markham on board here.
Yeah, they sent the big dog, sent the biggest one first.
Yeah, I'm the only senior we got this year.
Yeah, that's and that's kind of a row. I mean, I know, you being the only senior, it means a lot to you because I've seen you on the court, and these boys kind of feed off you. What's it mean, to be that leader in the locker room?
It feels good, but we all make our own energy, and everyone can get each other going.
Yeah. What's your role on this team?
Rebounds, and play defense.
Yeah, that's Coach Buddy. We always, his nickname's Buddy Buckets.
Right.
And when Buddy gets going, the team gets going.
Right.
He kind of the energy builds off. Him when he's getting them second, third chance opportunities, when he's getting them 50-50 balls. Coach, you've seen him play many times. How big of a stage is this that he's going to play on this week?
Oh, it's a big-time stage. And, Buddy, being the lone senior, right, learning from previous classes that you played with, what did you learn that you took forward and said, this is what I got to do for Tug Valley?
Really what I had to learn over the years is my defense had to get better, and my free throws. Right. Because free throws is a big part of the game. And if you win at the free throw line, then you have a better chance to be ahead at the end. Right.
As a senior and being that lone senior, what is your job in the locker room? Are you kind of keep everything going, moving along straight? Do guys come to you if they have any issues? How does that work?
Yeah, they if any of them need anything, like I pop everyone's back before the game.
There we go. Yeah.
It's just like something we've done since everyone came up here.
Yeah.
If they need anything, they come to me or Coach.
Right.
And I help them out the best I can.
Yeah. And that's what being a leader is about, Daryl McCoy. You gotta have somebody that you can funnel your issues, problems, or just concerns to.
That's it. And Buddy plays it to a T. Buddy is one of the most important parts of this team because they don't have a lot of bigs.
Right.
It's him and Brady Brewer. And Buddy, he's your only, I guess, legit big because Brady, if all things were perfect, he'd be kind of a stretch forward. So, Buddy, knowing that there's a lot of weight on your shoulders, how hard do you try? Because I see you a lot of times getting in foul trouble. How hard do you try to stay out of foul trouble?
Pretty hard because most of the time when I have my arms up, it's like when they run into my arms. Yeah. My arm don't give very easy. Yeah. And it gets me in foul trouble. But most of the time if I get in foul trouble, then Brady has to play without getting a break most of the time, and that's hard. Yeah,
very, very hard on him. And, this is you've been to Charleston numerous times. This time right here, you are the senior. A lot of people counted y'all out at the beginning of this year. Finding yourself in Charleston again, what's the emotions like today?
I'm very nervous.
Yeah.
At the same time, I know it's my last trip and I want to win. Mm-hmm. And when it comes down to it, I'm kind of scared because I don't know what I'm going to do after high school. And
this has been your life, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been your life, and you have no direction after high school yet because you've not made that. So I'm sure, personally, you're probably wanting this week to last as long as it can, right?
Kinda.
Yeah. What I can tell you is, I know the good Lord will put you in places where you need to be, so you don't worry about what you're doing after high school. You soak this in and you have fun. That's what this is about. So, the rest of this year, you only have this life once. And, I promise you, when older people tell you don't go through life with regrets, don't do it. Make the best of these next 4 years, right, Coach?
Exactly. Enjoy every second of what you got this next week. And speaking of that, from last year to this year, how much more confident are you as a basketball team going in this year to the state tournament as opposed to last year?
We're a lot more confident than we was last year. We know that we can make it there, and we know that we can play on Saturday if we all play like we can.
Right.
because everyone, if one guy ain't having a good day, then everybody else can get him going, or someone else can step up.
Yeah.
And we all just try to keep each other, try to keep each other to keep their heads up.
Right.
That way, don't let them get down.
Right.
Because your biggest doubter is yourself.
Right. Yeah. How close is this group? Is it?
We're like a family.
Yeah.
Yeah. We know everything about each other just about.
Yeah.
And we're a very close-knitted team.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, buddy, off the court, you know, Coach Thompson was saying you like to fish.
Yeah.
You know, talking about this team, you know, how much do y'all do stuff off the court together?
Pretty good bit. Braden likes to fish.
Okay. Who's the better fisher?
Probably Braden. Me and him ain't never really fished.
Yeah.
But we hang out some outside of school.
Yeah.
But most of the time, I fish by myself.
Yeah.
So.
It gives you that peace time, don't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, buddy, you know, over these 4 years that you've had here, I've enjoyed covering you as much as any Tug Valley Panther, you know, because, you know, I get excited calling games when I hear Buddy Buckets, you know, coming in when you was young. And now, you know, when I see you out there doing your thing, you know, I know how important you are. I know for Tug Valley to win, they don't win unless Buddy Buckets has a big game, because you are that only big, you know. So down at the state tournament, you know, that's one thing that, you know, get rid of them nerves. You know, remember, this is a fun week. You know, don't be nervous going down there, right, Coach? You go down there and have fun and play your game. That's the only way you're going to win, is if you can get rid of them nerves and you be there for your team.
Play loose, play free, and as you said, leave it all on the floor. You got 1 week left. What I want to ask you about, you're all tatted up, right?
Yes, sir.
What's the meaning behind each of those tattoos?
This one, the reason I got it is because my dad has the same one.
Yeah.
And I wanted to have one with that matched my dad's.
Yeah.
And this one, it's I'm a big bow hunter.
Yeah.
And this is my favorite Bible quote. It's Genesis 27:3.
Yeah.
And it says, "Take thy bow, thy weapon, and thy quiver, and go out to the field and hunt game for me."
Yeah.
And that's just been a really big part of my life.
Right.
And then these ones over here, I don't really have a meaning behind these ones, but I just got it.
Yeah. So you know, I mean, I can tell you're trying to put a religious sleeve kind of going with that. Well, I tell you, buddy, you know, just like you like to go up in the hills and hunt, you know, go to Charleston and hunt you a state title, because a lot of people in this community is waiting for that state title to come back, and they would love to see Buddy Buckets brought it to them.
I'd love to do it.
Yeah, so if you don't care, we definitely want to wish you the best of luck. We know this is a big practice, so we're going to let you get back to it. But send us another player over if you don't care, and make us proud.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Sir. Buddy Buckets.
Thanks, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Now, Coach, you see why I always tell you that kid, he's a great kid.
Walk soft and carry a big stick, right, Darryl McCoy?
That's it.
Buddy Buckets. Humble. Getting it done.
Casey Walker says the kid right here has one of the biggest hearts. We love you, buddy. Somebody said, did I get out of the ticket this morning? No, we was so excited to get up here. I got pulled over, Coach. And
I begged him to slow down, ladies and gentlemen.
You're going to get me in trouble. I'll be sleeping on the couch. But no, we didn't get out of the ticket. But, you know, these boys bring a state title. It'll all be worth it.
All worth it, ladies and
yeah.
gentlemen.
Hey, here we go. Coach, we got Mr. Ashton Davis with us here. Ashton, Rabbit talking, only one senior on the squad. A lot of people that's been around the program, and when they watch you play, they think you're a senior. Yeah. Knowing, you are a junior, but you're one of the leaders, and, you don't just lead by what you say in the locker room. You lead by example, by the way you play on the floor. Talk about your importance and your role in this team.
Well, I just feel like you're always going to have a position on the floor. Everybody's going to play a different role on the team, and I try to play the roles that other players don't play. I try to do the dirty work. I'd take charges and stuff like that.
Coach, I always say Ashton's he's one of my foxhole guys because, you know, he's a player. If he's on your team, you love him. If he's not, you hate him. You know, he's a pest. Believe me. You know, last summer I coached against him, or our team played against him, and I tell you, I could not stand him because I was like, I mean, I knew he was going to outwork,
right,
you know, the other kids in the competition. So that's one thing you never have to worry is when he leaves the floor, him leaving it all on the floor, Coach.
Well, listen, you talk about taking charges, you talk about 50-50 balls, you talk about doing all the things that other players may not want to do, or maybe they do, but you embrace it. As that role as a player, what do you enjoy the most within that role? Is it kind of, does that get the guys going? Are you an energy guy? What about that role makes you want to embrace it?
Well, it really gets the guys going. It gets the whole crowd pumped up, and nothing better than getting another player's head when you're guarding them.
That's true.
Yeah, now, your family, you know, I mean, y'all are as embedded in Tug Valley athletics as anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your brother had a great 4 years here and a very accomplished 4 years. You know, right now, you know, what's the smack talk? You win a state title, you kind of get the bragging rights. You and him have a little chatter?
Yeah, I already tell him, ever since my freshman year, I've told him I'm already better than him.
Coach, that's what you like to see, and, you know, that's what breeds competition. You know, he's lucky enough to have a brother like that, a great brother. But as you sit here and look at this team, you know, this year, you know, we was talking to Rabbit. A lot of people counted y'all out early this year. You know, did not think that you would get back to this situation. Did not think that you guys was going to have the season you had. You know, what's been y'all's mindset since the beginning of the year, and what's helped y'all get here?
Our mindset is we want to make it back to Charleston, in which we did. And we got to get redemption now to win the state championship.
Yep. The Coach Doddridge, you know, y'all lost to Tucker County there a couple weeks ago. Yeah. You know, did that flip a switch or anything for you guys? Was y'all like, you know, okay, we're beatable in Class A. You know, we've got to come to play every night to win this.
Yeah. After that game, I was frustrated that we lost, but overall, I knew that we can beat them. If we play our best, play hard, we can come out and beat them 10, 15 points.
Yeah, I like that. Listen, a lot of teams throughout the year, you know what you're really good at. You kind of say, okay, we're pretty good here. You know, we don't necessarily need to focus on that necessarily. Going into the state tournament, what areas are one emphasis that, okay, we know we got to lock in on for us to get a state title?
We got to lock in on defense and communicate the whole entire game. Sometimes we like running and stuff, and we don't like getting back and playing deep.
Yeah. Right. I see it all the time. I see, you know, if there is a weakness, it's, you know, giving up points in transition. Like, Coach, we seen them, you remember, over at the Zip Zone against Floyd Central.
Actually, me and you talked about that.
Yeah, it's like, you know, if there is a weakness of you guys, it's, you know, transition D. And, you know, but, you know, you get to Charleston, you know, you heard Coach Thompson here, you know, with a great pre-practice speech there, you know, and it had me ready to want to play. You know, talk about Coach Thompson and, you know, what he means to you guys on this team.
Well, he always prepares us to our best, and we couldn't have a better head coach. He's got the most passion than anybody I know.
You know, talk a little bit about your coaching staff.
Each coach plays a different role. You got the motivator coaches, you got the game plan coaches. They're all great.
Yeah, well, you know, you coming in being one of the leaders that's helped get here, you know, knowing that there's 1 week, you know, we heard Buddy, you know, saying he's nervous because he didn't know what he was going to do after high school.
Yeah.
You know, how bad do you want to win it for Buddy?
I want to win it really bad.
Yeah, so if you win this, now you growing up, I mean, you've heard about the Austin Brewers, you've heard about the Big John Markhams, the Greg Davises. Now, I'm sure that's one thing that drives you as a Tug Valley kid. You want them to say Ashton Davis in that conversation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the coach, you know, if there's one kid that I want to take a big shot, you know, it's Ashton, you know, because he don't seem to get nervous on the floor. He never gets too high. He never gets too low, you know. And when you watch him play, it's always the dirty work that he does. You know, he's the type of player that every team has to have to win.
Yeah, again, that 50-50 ball, the guy that's willing to do what it takes, dive on the deck for loose balls. What do you do preparation-wise as a basketball player to prepare yourself during the year, in season as well? What do you do?
I watch a lot of film myself. During school, when I already finished my work and stuff, I just sit on my computer and watch film.
Yeah, I love that, watching film. A lot of kids don't do that enough nowadays. I'd like to see more of that. Daryl McCoy, a lot of kids tune into TikTok and stay away. You got to watch film to get better.
You absolutely do. You got to live and breathe it, and you're not sitting where you're sitting if you don't do that, because that's what people don't realize. Right now, there's very few teams that is still playing, and there's only one going to be happy at the end of the year. So going down to Charleston, talk about this community, the fan base, and how important they are to you guys, and how much you need them to show up to Charleston.
Well, they're the best fan base in the state, and I already know they're all going to show up and show out. There's nothing like Naugatuck. I mean, ain't no better place to play.
Told you, Coach. This is basketball heaven here. But this time right here, y'all got Doddridge County. What's the plan for them? What kind of team are they? And do you think that there's anything that they do great that could give y'all some issues?
They're a real good fundamental team. I can tell that they're good on defense. They're going to be rough and physical. But I feel like if we run our game, run the floor, play the best we can come out with a win.
Mm-hmm. Well, listen, you leave, probably about 45 minutes. And how far is the drive over?
About an hour.
About an hour. What's the itinerary for today? What do you guys got going on?
We're stopping in Charleston and eating at Longhorns, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll probably go back to the room, and then we'll go over and watch a few games tonight.
Yeah.
Longhorn, you got a seat on that bus for me?
Yeah.
I'll be down there cheering you on. I'm gonna try to get Coach Keithley to tag along and go down and support you guys. And I know you guys are going down early, and we heard Coach Thompson say y'all's gonna go support Logan and try to hopefully all three of the teams come away with state title this year. But Ashton, this is a very important practice here, so we're not going to keep you any longer. But enjoy this week. I know you've been here at this moment, but never you've been with the weight on your shoulders like it is this year, because you're playing such an integral part and you're such a big leader. Just be the kid you've been all year, and I think you guys can get it done. Step up for these kids and be that leader, and I think you can help lead them to a state title.
Appreciate it, Daryl.
All right, thank you, Ashton.
Yes, sir.
Coach, as we're sitting here continuing here on the state tournament send-off show with thanks to Western Auto in Kermit, West Virginia, Treasures Unlimited, our friend Jan and the crew up there, Unlimited Pawn, El Burrito, Cheech's Pizza, Tug Valley Wellness Clinic, Williamson Pharmacy, Justin Markham Law, and Three Guys Pizza and Brew.
It takes a village, right?
It does. It takes a village to make this stuff happen. And, these sponsors in Tug Valley, that's why Tug Valley's on D&D every day, because of the supporters that they've got here. You know.
They reach out, right?
That's
they want us involved.
Listen, Jan, she'll hunt me down if Tug Valley's got something going on. Looky here. We got the chef in the house, Coach.
Braden Ferris.
Yeah, what's the chef cooking up today, man? What you doing, Braden?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, good practice?
Yep.
Yeah, the pregame practice, we heard Coach Thompson talking to you beforehand with his patent pre-practice speech there. If that don't get you ready for state tournament, they ain't nothing going to, right?
No.
The Coach Braden, what Braden's done this year with this team, and we talked to Coach Thompson. A lot of people counted y'all out at the beginning of the year. They was like, well, in November y'all took a tough hit, and they was like, there ain't no way they're getting back, this year. But you stepped your game up tenfold, and the year that you guys have had, this is one of the most magical seasons I've seen here at Tug Valley. Just talk about this season and what your guys' thoughts have been along the way.
Well, we've came a long way for sure. Everybody thought we was going to be down this year, but I knew we wasn't. We've always been together and played together, and we've always been pretty good. So I knew we was going to be all right.
Coach, that's the thing. These boys, they got talent here, but the thing is nobody has played together as much as this team.
Right.
So, they know what each other's going to do before each other knows what they're going to do, right?
Yeah.
Well, listen, a close group, talking to Coach Thompson, talking to Buddy Buckets, you guys are really, really ultra close. Lose a player earlier. Coming in, what was the mindset early in the year? Did you feel like this team was a little ahead of schedule as opposed to last year?
No, not really.
Really? Yeah. So you felt you was a little behind this year? Yeah. Talk a little bit about the bonding of this team. I see you got the TVs. Do you got the TV in yours? Oh, he's got it. Where did that come from? When did that happen? Has that been all year?
Well, no. We went to get our haircut, and we was all together. And Ashton's older brother, Easton, he showed us a picture when he went to States.
Yeah.
He told us to get it, and we was like, I don't know. Then we all just decided to get it.
Right. Daryl, did you ever do anything like that?
No, listen, I never had hair to show you stuff in. So as you're sitting here, Braden, I mean, you're obviously the cog that makes this team go. I mean, you're the guy that, you're the PG1. This team does nothing without you getting them there. Talk about, what players on this team has to step up for y'all to bring that state title back to Naugatuck.
I feel like we could all step it up on defense, really. Yeah. But if Carson and Brady play good, we'll be fine. They come off the bench and give us a spark.
How important is Carson to this team and him buying into his role?
He's very good. He's very good defensively. He really sets a spark coming off the bench, and he can hit a few shots.
Yeah, that's Charleston today. The whole community. You've been around the schools, talking to the kids, and I know you was that kid one time.
Yeah.
Sitting at them. What did that mean, and how much did you enjoy today?
I enjoyed it a lot because I know when I was younger, I looked up to Austin and Mikey. And I'm sure they do the same thing to us.
They might as well be NBA players, right?
Yeah.
Yep. The coach, Braden's got Doddridge County, a team that's very capable of knocking y'all off. Coach, what does Braden have to keep in mind to go down and get that state title?
Well, I think it's about staying mentally focused and mentally tough, and it looked like Coach Thompson does a great job with you guys of that mental aspect of it. Is that some of the stuff that Coach does on a regular basis, or is it that yearly we're going to sit you down and let you go through the motions? Is he big on getting you guys mentally prepared?
Yeah, he's always got us mentally prepared. He keeps us calm. He gets a lot of energy going.
Yeah, I asked Ashton Davis this. What do you feel? A lot of teams, they know what they're pretty good at, and they know what they have to stay dialed in at to get a state title. What do you guys got to really hone in on to cut the nets down this weekend?
We gotta be better defensively. We gotta communicate. We gotta rebound. We need to hit a few shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And Braden, somebody's on here saying that you're a great role model for the kids. They love how the kids look up to you. That's one thing I can always brag on you about. I mean, you always step up, take the time. And you are that Mikey, that Greg Davis, that you relish everything Tug Valley basketball is. Going to Charleston, how much do you want to win this for your community?
I'd love to win it. It's been always been one of my goals.
Yeah, I mean, think of all the teams that's come up short, since the last, all them great teams. If you could be the one, especially after all the trials and tribulations y'all have went through, that would be one of the most special cap-offs that I've ever seen. That right there is there. Here's the thing: y'all win this year. Buddy, just a senior. We heard Buddy talking about how nervous he was, and how bad do y'all want to win this for your senior?
I'd love to win it for him. He deserves it.
Yeah, the coach. I mean, we could tell the way he talked. He said basketball has been such a big part of his life that he don't know what he's going to do after high school without it. So I'm sure as the leader you are, that you definitely want to make sure that he has that last memory.
Yeah, I'd love to win it, especially for him.
He did say he was a better fisher than you.
No,
I'm just kidding. He said you was better. But Braden, Coach Chef, I know it's one of your favorite nicknames. The chef. You never know what he's cooking up out there. Braden, this team right here, you guys. What you guys do well, I think, and it's hard for teams to match up, is you guys have such good chemistry.
Yeah.
And you guys go down there in Charleston. where does, when people look at y'all, y'all play a little different than other teams. People can tell, like Coach, they think this team's been together for 6-7 years, you know. And it's not like Kentucky, like you can't play since you're in 7th grade. You just play since your freshman year.
Right.
So, Braden, just a sophomore, stepping up. What he's done, you don't see a lot of kids take that step in 2 years, do you?
No, not very often at all. And Braden's kind of that outlier. And speaking on your experience at sophomore, what from last year to this year, what did you learn from that state tournament experience that you're going to carry over and be like, look, I got to be a little better, or I got to do this a little different for us to go a little further, get it done?
Well, last year in season, I wasn't really much of a scorer. I was more of getting people open. And when I went to states, I found out I could score a lot more, and that carried over, that I can score and facilitate.
That was his coming out game, Coach. He went wild down at state, had an unbelievable game. You was on the all-tournament team, right?
Yeah.
As a freshman.
Well, I was going to say that. Watching you this year, it seems like you're more of – and that's kind of more of the 2024 style of play, but you seem to be more of a scoring tack. Got to make sure that I – get going as well, because offensively that kind of gets Tug Valley going.
Yeah, Braden, we know these practices can't run without you, so we're not going to keep you long here. But listen, you're one of our favorite players to watch. Every night, the way that you play, the energy you bring. Like, we always know when we come watch Tug Valley that we're going to have fun watching this team because of the way that you play. I really wish you the best going down there. Don't leave Charleston with any regrets this year, because last year, that feeling. Going the rest of the summer and having regrets, you don't want that again. So, go down there and make sure from the first whistle to the last that you play all the way through, because you guys do got enough to get it done, and we'll definitely be cheering you on here for the Mountains.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Braden. Coaches, we're sitting here. I think they're doing their prayer here.
Closing out practice, Daryl. One more?
Yeah.
Get one more, Daryl?
Yeah,
they're getting ready to get on that bus and head out of here.
Coach, we got the sharpshooter, Mr. Caden Hill here. Listen, it's raining down threes. It's hell in threes. Caden, this year, you've stepped your game up tenfold. You've kind of been that missing piece for this squad. Talk about this year and how your role has grown as the years went on.
I've really worked on my shot on off time, and it's been falling down.
Yeah.
Daryl, I was going to ask you exactly. You're a flamethrower. So what are you doing during the offseason? How many shots you getting up off season, and then how many shots you getting up in season? What are you doing to stay sharp?
Just working on the Smith machine.
Yeah.
And catch and shoot drills and all that.
So you're ready to catch and shoot. All you got to do is get to that deep corner, get to that wing, and they know to find you.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing that I like about him is he's rounded out his game. He used to be just that spot-up guy, that players would have set up. But now he can create his own. I seen you over there at Logan. That's when my thought of you really elevated is the game at Logan, because you stepped your game up there and showed, like, you can take kids off the bounce, you can pull up at the half court if you want. Talk about your confidence right now as a shooter.
I'm just trying to, I've been shooting, and I've been trying to attack the basket more.
Yeah.
And try to make more plays.
Coming in to Tug Valley, we hear everybody knows, the pressure that you guys night in, night out, huge crowds here. Talk about the community here and how fun it is playing in front of this community.
It's real fun because we have the best fan section, and it's real.
Yeah, and bar none. So do you think they'll show up in Charleston for you?
Oh yeah.
I would say right now that's probably one of the most things that you're excited about, ain't it? To get there and hear that roar. Yeah. Coming in knowing y'all come up short last year. What's the playing this year? I mean, did that give you any motivation losing last year to come back and make us run again?
Yeah, work harder and get better.
Yep.
What are you going to have to do? We know you're going to knock down shots, and it's going to rain 3 balls. But what do you have to do outside of that to make sure that you give your team the best chance to cut down nets?
Yeah, I definitely go knock down my shots, but look for open passes and attack lanes, play defense especially.
Ball reversals are key. If that's not there, ball reversals, and it'll come back to you.
Yes, sir.
How much fun did you have this morning going around talking to the kids at school?
It was real fun, to see how much little kids look up to you.
Yeah, you see the glare in their eyes, right?
Yes, sir.
You was that kid one day, right?
Yes, sir.
So, coming in this year here, knowing, y'all definitely want to soak this in and have fun, but how hard is it to turn that off and really be like, okay, this is a business trip?
Yeah, go lock. You can have your fun, but there's a point in time you got to lock in and get focused.
Yeah. Well, we know that y'all's going to be leaving here in just a few minutes, so we're not going to keep you long. But let me ask you this: if I ask you to go out there and get a basketball and make a 3 to send it off, you think you can make it with that weight on your shoulders?
Yes, sir.
Think you can make it, Coach?
Oh, I know he can make it.
Well, let's go try it. Grab you a ball and you pick your favorite spot, and I'll zoom in and let's see if you're going to do this at state.
All right.
Putting the young man on the spot here. Daryl McCoy said, "We'll see if you can knock it down."
We can do another one. Yeah, if you got another one. Okay. Caden's going to shoot a shot real quick. We'll put him on the spot.
Daryl McCoy is going to. We're going to go delay here.
Let's see.
The guy's going to leave at 12.
Championship. Choke.
You got one more.
He got fouled on it.
4, 3, 2, 1.
In and out.
Couldn't swallow the apple.
He'll get it next time.
He's trying to knock it down. He's going to do it without the camera on him. Daryl McCoy putting him on the spot. He said, you knock it down. Oh, my, Daryl McCoy.
Yeah, we got Bryson. Football. Yeah. Mr. All-State football here, Bryson Eli. Bryson, we see everybody here sitting, everybody's coming around watching your interview. So you must be the one that we got to keep the hand on the mute button, right? Bryson, your role on this team, you're that lockdown defender. You're that energy guy. You're the super athlete on this team. Kind of talk about your role compared to everybody else's.
Well, sometimes, you got to come in there and get a big stop, especially in those tight games. It kind of just changes the momentum for us. And I think it's really important that I go in there and, lock down the best shooter sometimes and get a good rebound, just gets the crowd going, gets us going for sure.
Yeah, they, and that's one thing that, I've seen a couple games. When you get in foul trouble, this team struggles. How important is it? I know it's hard for you to stay out of foul trouble because aggressive as you play on defense. How important is it for you to stay out of foul trouble down here?
Well, sometimes when I go out, we got Carson Newsom that comes in for me.
Yep.
He gives us a spark a lot of times if I do come out, but it's just more reliable. Sometimes if you're 5, that you have your normal rotation in, it's just a little bit more comfortable out there. So it kind of puts us in a little bit a tighter situation if I do come out sometimes.
Everybody's role on this team, who's the leader in the locker room?
In the locker room, I would say probably senior Buddy Markham, and then next up in line probably Ashton Davis.
Okay.
Junior and senior.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. I figured them too. They seem like the ones that kind of lay things straight. You're Tug Valley through and through. Eli is a name that rings true in Mingo County. I know your family was great athletes. How important is this for you to have bragging rights at the dinner table?
Definitely really important, just especially with my dad and my brother. They always tease me about stuff, even in football. It's just always something I like to do, so it's something to hold over their heads for sure. It's nice.
Come up short last year. This year, what do y'all got to do different to bring that title back?
Well, last year I felt like some of us kind of folded under pressure, even myself. I came off the bench when I was a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're a little bit more experienced this year. We know what we got to go do, get the work done, and I feel like we play some good defense and team ball throughout all the games. We'll be all right.
What's the vibe in the locker room with your teammates? How do you guys feeling heading out? You guys leave in about 20, 30 minutes. What's the vibe like?
You know, we're really excited, just pumped up to get down there. I mean, we're going to stay cool and calm about it, but we're ready for sure.
Yeah. Defensively, Daryl said you're that lockdown guy. You take pride in that. Are you a physicality? Are you a guy that makes it rough and physical, get your elbows in them, or are you a guy that contains your man?
Well, if I need to be physical and rough about it, I can be. I mean, it's just a better way of getting the rebound, you know, showing, like, dominance over a player sometimes. But most of the time, just, like, they try to do so much ball handling and stuff, I'm just there, like, stay in front of them and not let them get by me, you know.
Right. Now, I see all the suitcases getting loaded up. You guys getting ready to get out of here. I got to ask you, though, everybody's got the T and the V in their head. Do you got that going on as well?
Yeah, I do, right here on the left side.
Okay, there it is.
No.
Yeah, that is team unity to a T.
Yeah,
McCoy.
Everybody's bought in. You know, coming down here. Let me ask you this: you know all these players as well as anybody. If it come down to the last second shot, who's taking on this thing?
I would have to say it probably has to be between Braden Ferris or Caden Hill. They probably have the highest three-point percentages right now. I'd say it's probably the guys you want to have that shot, the last shot for sure.
That's Coach Bryson speaks as well as any of them, right?
Yeah. He's done this a few times.
Yeah. You definitely. Coming in, Coach Thompson. You know, how has he? Does he have you guys prepared for this moment?
He definitely does. Especially talking about last year. I mean, we were prepared last year, but not prepared enough. You know, we know what we have to do from the different from then to now. So, and he's got us way more prepared for things that we messed up on last year that we can just key on this year.
Well, here's the thing. Last year, you know, Coach, this is so important for a young group. But last year, they had their fun.
Right.
This year, it's business, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because coming back empty, you know how that feels, and how the community is like, great season, but here it's different, ain't it? State title or nothing.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's a lot different because it was a huge letdown just for everybody, especially our seniors last year. It just sucks. Especially Buddy's our only senior. It's gonna be real emotional for him. It's his last time, Got to give it his all. It's real important for all of us to go in here and play for him and for the rest of the community.
Well, Bryson, we ain't going to keep you much longer, but can you send Carson up here?
Yeah.
All right.
Gotcha. Thank you, guys.
Coach here is no problem. Good luck. Coach, you could tell he must be the firecracker of the team because everybody come around the camera and wanted to hear what he was having to say.
They wanted to hear. They wanted to know what kind of knowledge he was going to drop.
Yeah.
Daryl McCoy, they're heading right out of here, aren't they, Daryl?
Oh yeah. I think they're going.
Yeah.
Carson, if you got him. Yeah.
12 o'clock send-off here, ladies and gentlemen. Tug Valley heading down to the state tournament.
Coach, we got Carson Newsom here with us. Carson, we was talking to Coach, and I believe 100% too. I think one of the reasons this team is here is because you bought into your role. And that's so important because defensively you're valuable to this team, and for you to buy in and be that energy guy. Talk about you're good. Talk about this, your role on this team and how it's been this year.
I just try to come in on give us a spark on the defensive end, and just try to do my best on offensive end too.
Yeah, Coach, he's a big shot maker too, and that's the thing, I mean, they don't always need you on the offensive end, but when they do need you, you step it up, and talk about, just coming in as a six-man, that mindset, knowing, okay, I got to be ready when my number's called.
Yeah, when I come in, I just try to hurt us before I can try to help us before I can hurt us.
There you go.
I like that. I like that mindset. Heading into you guys leave in a second, what are you going to have to do outside of your role? Because you got to wear a lot of different hats. Coach Thompson talked about that. It ain't just you ain't pigeonholed. What are you going to have to do outside of that to help your team win and advance and cut those nets down?
Just communicate on defense, talk on offense, run sets.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I've heard every single player talk about from Coach Thompson, and I'm a big believer in that. Communication on defense. It's the ABCs of defense, and that's one of the C's. You got to communicate. And if you have a great communicative team, Daryl McCoy, you got a chance to win. Connectivity. Is that what Coach Thompson's talked about?
Yeah, he's talked about it all year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and Ashton, y'all are two of the best defenders on the team. To talk about you two as defenders. Do y'all ever talk about how each other can get better on the defensive end? Or
Yeah, we're always talking. We're always communicating.
Yeah. Going down to Charleston, y'all come up empty last year. This year here, what's different about this year?
I just feel like we're better. We got older. We're mature. And I feel like we can make it.
Yeah, it's been a long season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at the beginning of the year, I know talking to Braden and talking to a couple of them, y'all kind of felt like, everybody was counting y'all out this year.
Yeah.
Talk about how y'all used that for motivation.
We just used it for energy and put it out on the court.
Yeah. The coach, Carson's one super athlete, and his time will come, and there's going to be times in this state tournament when, remember last year, Braden going into that state tournament, he had the big come out party. This year you got to keep that in mind. When you get out there, you do exactly what you've done all year, and you go out there and you show out. You go out there and with that mindset, and there's no doubt that you're going to have some big time moments in Charleston.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but definitely we know you guys are getting ready. I definitely didn't want to get out of here without talking to you, because you're one of my favorites on here because of the way you play. Mm-hmm. Definitely wanted to give you a shout out and make sure that we're rooting for you. The mountains are rooting for you. And I wanted to tell you, everybody sees how important it was. Not every kid will buy into the role that you bought into, and that's one of the reasons that you are here, because one of the biggest reasons, because you bought in, and that's what everybody on every team has got to realize. Everybody's got a role, right, Coach?
Everybody has a role, and if you play it, you can be and you hear that so often, right? Be a superstar in your role. But as a basketball coach, I'm telling you, that's the truth. You can excel and be a star in your role and help your team cut down nets and win championships. This guy's doing it, and it looks like Tug Valley as a unit's doing it, Daryl McCoy.
Yeah, absolutely. Carson, we're not going to keep you any longer here. Is Brady around here? I know he's the only one left.
Yeah, you want me to go get him?
Yeah, if you can.
Okay.
Coach, we'll talk to Brady Brewer here, and then we'll get out.
Yeah, exciting times here at Tug Valley. We got photographers taking pictures.
Oh, yeah, they're everywhere. It's the send-off show.
It is. And, Daryl, listen, I can smell the lasagna cooking in the cafeteria.
No, that's Cheech's Pizza.
Oh, that's Cheech's Pizza.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
That's Cheech's Pizza you're smelling.
That's a good point.
Yeah, guys, make sure for all your automobile needs, go to Western Auto in Kermit, West Virginia. And me and Coach are going to stop by Treasures Unlimited, and I'm going to show him what a great place it is.
Yeah.
So here we go. We got Mr. Brady Brewer in the house, Coach. This is Buddy Bucket's backup.
Yeah.
So, Brady, talk about your role coming in on this team, and what does Coach Thompson need out of you?
He just wants me to go in and play big and get some rebounds when Buddy gets in foul trouble, or we just need a spark. And I try my best to go in there, and get rebounds and play physical. And anytime he needs me, I'm ready.
Yeah, Brady, I've seen you play in middle school numerous times. I know what you can do on the offensive end. This team don't really need you to do that. But when they do need you, Coach, he's come up with some big time shots this year, big time threes. People don't realize your offensive game because you don't always. This team don't need you to do that. Talk about keeping that mindset, like just going out there doing your role this year and knowing like, okay, the future, my time will come, but I got to do a certain role for us to win this state title.
Yeah, that's how I felt this year. Normally I don't play underneath. The past couple years I've been playing on the perimeter, but if they need me to go in for Buddy, I got to play in the post and post up and get some rebounds. But I'm still getting used to that, and I still got to play better in that role. But I think I can improve and get better at that.
Oh, yeah. Coach, defensively, offensively, you're never disappointed when Brady comes out of the game, because you always know when he comes in, he's never going to make plays that's going to hurt you. It's always going to be positive plays.
Yeah. Brady, as a basketball player, got to play some different spots this year. whatever Coach Thompson needs you to do. What is your strength, you personally, if you said, look, this is what I can really do game in and game out, this is my strength as a basketball player?
I just feel like I'm a good shooter, you know, when they need me to shoot, and just anytime I need to go in and get a rebound, I feel like I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. If one player on this team, we know you guys are a really close-knit group. If there's one player that you want to take and put in your foxhole with you and you would go to war with, which one would it be?
I don't know. There's too many. You know, all of them I love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd say probably Ashton or Caden. You know,
Yeah.
They're my guys. Or Braden.
Yeah. They, talking about Ashton, I know Buddy is obviously a leader because he's a senior, but talk about Ashton's role on this team as a leader. Man,
Ashton really is like one of our leaders. I agree 100%, and you know he always keeps us serious and always wants us to do our best.
Yeah, Coach Thompson, what has he meant to your game, and how has he helped develop you as a player?
Coach really gives me all the confidence I need. He always believed in me, and every time he puts me in, I feel like he has faith in me. But I just really appreciate him for that, you know, and he really means a lot to me in my, my development.
Well, I tell you what, you got a very special coach. You know, they don't make them a lot like Rabbit Thompson anymore.
I agree.
You're blessed to play for a coach like him, right, Coach?
Absolutely, a legend, and he does it the right way. Moving forward, what are you guys going to have to do? What's the one area you say we got to lock down on to get it done come championship week here? What are you going to have to do as a team?
I'm going to say lock down defensively, and get stopped and communicate, which I'm sure, everybody else on here has said.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the key to winning. We got to get stops when it matters, and I feel like we can do that.
Yeah, you're pretty good offensively, and that's something is going to come. You're going to be able to score the basketball. It seems like early in the year maybe transition defense may have been a issue for you guys. Have you guys – I've not seen you guys, me personally, in the last couple of weeks. Have you guys improved on that throughout the year, transition defense? Have you guys really worked on that?
Yeah, I feel like we have. Early in the year, teams were throwing outlet passes and getting easy buckets. So I feel like we've worked on that, and we've kind of been lazy on our press, so we've been working on that too. We can't let everybody just throw it down, and get a good outlet pass on us and get easy baskets.
Right.
I'm not coming all the way to Charleston without a state title coming back. So, are you guys going to get it done before I waste my time?
Yeah, we will.
Well, I tell you what, Brady, I couldn't be more excited for you. Like I said, I grew up, or not. This network has grew up watching you play from middle school all the way up, and I really think big things are in store for you. So, you keep that mindset right. You do what you've done all year, and I think you're going to play a big part in the state title coming back to Naugatuck. So, we want to wish the best of luck and safe travel.
Yes, sir.
And enjoy this week here and soak it in.
All right, man. I appreciate you guys.
All right.
Yes, sir. Daryl McCoy, great group of kids. We just keep coming. We got assistant coach.
Yeah, we're going to bring in Tyler Hodge. He's
Coach Hodge.
Yeah, he's very important. He's one of the guys that gets this stuff together and makes sure these boys get the notoriety that they deserve. I mean, he's always pulling for them and letting us know, hey, you guys need to be here, there. So, Coach Hodge, talk about this time here. You're once again on a staff that's going to Charleston for a state title. Talk about this year.
People think that it's I don't know. It's expectations at Tug Valley. I mean, if you don't make the state tournament, then
it's a disappointing season, right?
It's a disappointing season. But not only just making it there, winning. I mean, they expect you to win.
Yep.
Not just the community, but even, we as coaches, we go every year and we expect to win, whether we make it or not. At the beginning of the year, our goal is to win a state championship.
Yeah, well, this year was a little different. We talked to Coach Thompson. Y'all took a big hit before the season. And a lot of people counted y'all out. Talk about this year, y'all's mentality, backs against the wall. People, how did y'all use everybody's doubts for motivation?
Well, I really don't know that you could say that our backs against the wall. We have the next man up mentality.
Yeah.
Whether it's because you never know if we're going to lose somebody to injuries or anything like that.
Love that.
You have to be prepared, and Coach Thompson does a good job with that. Beginning of the year, he'll play several kids. And he'll say, I'm trying to build depth within the team, within the players, and continuity, just letting them play together and having experience. That's a big thing at this time of the year. I mean, now as the year goes on, the rotations may change a little bit, but he's always done that. We usually change the lineup 3 or 4, sometimes 5, 6, 7 times a year, and this is the first year for that. We changed it 1 or 2 times because of sickness or something like that, but as far as just changing it to be changing it, he didn't do that. And we've always done that. I mean, I know there was sometimes that you never knew who was going to start going in, and that was a good thing because it gave people experience, and that's what it's about now.
Yeah, talk about Caden Hale, in particular. That young man, his role has continued to grow as the seasons went on. We seen him, he used to be a spot-up shooter. You'd find, on the corner or on the wing, they'd drive kick. Now he's a kid that can take people off the bounce. We seen at Logan when y'all played against, I think it was Charleston Catholic and Logan. His growth really emerged, and now he's one of the bigger go-to guys on this team. Talk about his role and how he's grew.
He is a muscle rat, as Coach Thompson says. A lot of people don't know this, but we'll play a ball game at home, and after everybody's gone, he's in the weight room that night, and he's down here shooting. He probably spends the most time in the gym of anybody, and it's shown.
It's paid off,
It's shown. I saw a picture of him his freshman year, and just seeing him now, it's changed. And to me, he's the biggest key on our basketball team. If he shoots it well, we're a tough out.
Yeah.
We have other kids that can shoot it, but you tell me another kid in the state that's shooting 50% from the three-point line. There's not many.
No.
If you can get 33 to 35% shooting from the three-point line, that's good. But he's shooting over 50% from the three-point line.
That's cooking, Coach.
That's getting it done.
That's impressive. And but a lot of people think that it's just, being good shooters, but a lot of it is, the good passes help. The things that build up to the shot, the things that make a good
screens,
shooter. And he feeds off of it, and they look for him. These kids share the basketball. Yeah. And there's nights that we'll have 3 guys in double figures, and the next night it'll be 3 different guys.
Yeah.
And that's what's good about our basketball team is they're best friends. It's a brotherhood. And, if they're not here, they're together. They're doing something, and it's a special. Tuck Valley's a special place. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that. Because some of the names are the same. Yeah. It's just it's a brotherhood, and they love each other, and
they play together as much as any team out there, And we had some comments coming in. Wanted to see if it was true. I heard wise tales that Carson Newsom goes up in the mountains and guards the black bears for fun. Is that true?
I tell him all the time. It's Mikey Newsom's first cousin.
I didn't know it. Yeah.
Him and Mikey were first cousins. Mikey was a sharpshooter. He'd knock it down.
Yeah, he was.
To be honest with you, we've not had a shooter like Mikey since 2013. And Caden can shoot it. Yeah. Carson can shoot it. Yeah. I told him the other day he came into the game against Wahama, and I think he was 3 for 3 from the three-point line. Yeah. He played great. I tell him all the time, Mikey could do that. And Carson could
motivates
him.
Yeah.
Carson could do that. That's what he'll say. And he's a special player. He's a sophomore.
Yeah.
And his best basketball also is ahead of him.
Yeah.
And my goal. We want to go there this year and win it, but looking ahead, I'm looking at repeat. Coach Thompson says it all the time. If we're fortunate enough to make it to Saturday,
that's it. Yeah. Y'all can do it. And the thing is, when you look at this team, you talked about Caden and Carson, but if it comes down to a last-second shot, I'm not sure I don't want that ball in Ashton Davis's hands because that kid's clutch as it comes.
He is. Beginning of the year, I think down at Tulsa, he made 6 5, 6, 7 threes.
Yeah.
And some of them were and ones. I mean, he got fouled on a couple of them, and he's a shooter. Braden and Ashton and Caden, they're always in the gym, and I mean they're gym rats.
Yeah.
I mean, you see them over here. I mean, it doesn't matter when it is.
Yeah.
If they play bad, they're here. They're here shooting. They're here doing things and trying to get better. I mean, they're their own critic.
Yeah.
They critique themselves probably more than anybody could, and it shows.
Yeah.
I mean, they're leaders. Braden has been a leader. Ashton, I mean, he can play any position on the floor, and that's the good part about him. He's a to me, he is a coach's dream, to be honest with you. He never says anything. He's a he's a solid player.
As a fan, here's how I look at Ashton coaches. Ashton is the player that if you're on his team, you love him. If you're against him, you hate him. Yeah, because he's the type, he's a pest. He'll get under your skin. You know, he does everything it takes to win at all costs. Coach, how important is it to have kids like that?
Yeah, you got to have guys that's willing to play their role, identify roles, and he embraces that role, obviously, to its fullest. Speaking of those roles, Coach, you're talking about brotherhood, right? And Tug Valley, how close they are. Well, it looks like the coaching staff, there's a lot of synergy and togetherness with you guys. Talk about your role and what you bring to the table, your strongest asset for this basketball program.
Well, I mean, I've been with Coach Thompson 17 years now.
Yeah.
2007 was his first year here, and I had just graduated in 2006. And when he got the job, I was already hired, and I asked him, I said, "Are you interested in me staying?" And not because, I mean, every coach should have the right to pick their own. And he said, "Absolutely." And the first thing he told me was, "Be loyal."
Yeah.
Be loyal. And that I've been. I mean, I'm as loyal to him. I mean, he learned, every coach learns under certain people.
Yeah.
He was an assistant to Jeff Jackson down at University Heights. And I don't know him personally, but everybody says, I mean, he's an excellent coach.
Yeah.
Great. And to me, there's no better than Coach Thompson.
No.
There's more to coach. Like I told you guys earlier, there's more to coaching than just the X's and O's and things like that. You have to coach mentally. You have to do things right mentally, and he does it. He coaches every aspect of it. To me, I do anything that I can do to help him. I mean, if it comes down, I mean, I'm more of an offensive guy, a defensive guy, but he's the brains behind the operation, and I'll do anything to help him. I mean, and I try to. If it comes down to drawing a set up, I mean, I can draw it up. I mean, he'll tell you. I mean, I could draw up a set. I can do things and practices. I mean, he's the type of coach that his practices is Division I.
Right.
He's a Division I. I mean, his practices are great.
Yeah.
You come in and watch them. I mean, they're special. There's some days the practices are tougher than what a game could be.
Yeah.
And people think that he's a man of few words over there sitting because he's real quiet, but you ain't seen him out to practice for him.
No.
He's soft, he's humble, but whenever it comes to practice, he'll tell you this is his classroom.
Right.
He's serious. He's passionate about it, and I couldn't imagine learning and growing as a coach from anyone else besides him. I mean, he's taught me so much. I mean, I've grown up so much. It seems like it was just yesterday we were playing in a regional final against Gilbert our first year. Yeah. And going and winning a state championship in 2012 and then repeating in 13. And it's been special. Tug Valley's a special place.
It is. Well, he taught you the very most important word in coaching. Same thing my coach told me when I met across the table from him. He said, "Be loyal." Same exact thing. Loyalty gets you to this place right here.
That's right. I mean, I've tried to be. I'm as loyal as anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a yes man in practice,
right? No,
or anything like that. But I'm not going to let somebody else talk about him. I mean, I'm loyal. I mean, what we do together.
That's right.
I mean, and because I'm just as much a part of this. I mean, he's the boss, but
that's right.
I'm here. I'm Tug Valley. I'm Tug Valley. I mean, I couldn't imagine.
Through and through.
There's nothing like Naugatuck.
No.
I mean, there's nothing like Naugatuck to me. And I couldn't imagine being anywhere else. And I don't want to be anywhere else. I mean, I
love that.
And these kids don't want to be anywhere else.
Right.
We had a shirt made that says, "Where loyalty lies, the tradition never dies, or the legacy never dies."
Like it, yeah.
And that's it. I mean, these kids are Tug Valley born, Tug Valley bred, Tug Valley raised, and that's what it's about.
It absolutely is. And Coach Hodge, we know y'all was getting ready to leave, but I would definitely want to speak to you because you're every year. You're always one of the ones that make sure that these boys, have the publicity that they get, that the community's behind them, and you're pulling all the strings from behind the scenes to try to get these boys opportunities. And definitely want to take and wish you the best of luck. And hats off to you for how hard you work for this program.
I
these
appreciate
kids.
it, and we've. Dingus, Kermit, Lenore, these communities. I mean, there's nothing like it.
Yeah.
And in 7 minutes yesterday, they sold out of tickets here at the school. So and it's going to be one of those mentalities. Last one out, turn the lights off.
Good thing I got a press pass, right?
That's right.
Well, I tell you, y'all soak this weekend, and hopefully it's been a while since that Hardware's come back to Naugatuck here. You've been there every year. Get it done this year, make us proud, and let's see a new shiny trophy next year.
11 years to be exact, and we'll plan another. Broadcast next week after we bring the title back.
There we go. You get us ready.
Right.
But thanks for having us, Coach. Y'all be safe going up, and we'll be up there cheering you guys on. Get it done. Make us proud.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach, I mean, now you see why Rabbit Thompson is Rabbit Thompson, right? I mean, he's got a great staff around him. He's got great players. This whole program, today you can kind of tell and feel why Tug Valley's Tug Valley, right?
Well, listen, you got the synergy, togetherness, the loyalty, big word, ladies and gentlemen, loyalty in a program. There's no pulling and tugging different ways.
No.
Not coming this way, we're going this way, factions here, factions there. You can sense it, you
One
can
go.
smell it, one goal, and it sits right here.
Yeah.
Togetherness.
As we sit here, Coach, we're going to take today's state champion send-off show, state tournament send-off show here. Want to thank the sponsors that made this happen. Kermit Western Auto, El Burrito, Traders Unlimited Pond, Cheech's Pizza, Tug Valley Wellness Clinic, Three Guys Pizza and Brew, Williamson Pharmacy, Justin Markham, Attorney at Law, Trailhead Grill. Coach, it's took everybody. All year long, them sponsors have stepped up and made sure that we was here. That's why Tug Valley was the third or fourth most viewed ball game on D&D Sports Network, and they was the most written about team. So, and it's all because the community sponsors and the fans here step up and they demand that.
Daryl McCoy, listen, it's the community partners. We've talked about it all week long, how big time they've been. They've been the real MVP, and bringing us down here for the send-off show. Tug Valley looking to get it done, and another state title coming back here. Daryl McCoy, it's been unbelievable, an unbelievable week. Man, we didn't get any sleep. 30,000 views last night, Daryl McCoy, and crushing the competition.
Got home at 12 last night. Got here at 9 this morning with a speeding ticket in hand, and but listen, they not even the popo is going to stop us from getting to Naugatuck.
I was going to say the long arm of the law. No. We made it down here, and I'm so glad that we were able to.
Yeah, now we just got to make it back.
Right.
So but guys, we do ask everybody, go to Charleston, support, not just Tug Valley. Logan plays tonight at 9:30. Tug Valley plays tomorrow. Chapmanville plays on Thursday. Huntington St. Joe plays this evening at 5:30. Tomorrow. So Tug Valley plays, then Huntington St. Joe plays at 5:40, I think. So, guys, make sure you go support our coverage area teams. These boys, they love it. They see what you guys do night in, night out in the comment sections on there, cheering them on. Don't let it end here. get to Charleston. You know, we can't be there. We can't bring it live to you, but we will have updates coming. And, you know, thanks to our sponsors, we'll be there updating you every part of the way, you know, getting some interviews and stuff. So make sure you guys stay tuned in to D&D this week for the state tournament ride. Guys, for Kevin Keithley, Daryl McCoy, you have watched the Tug Valley State Tournament Send-Off Show. Good luck, Pam.